I'm thrilled to present the results of the Stellar 303 trial, which we presented at the ESMO Congress, and we published simultaneously at the Lancet. The Stellar 303 trial is the first immunotherapy phase 3 immunotherapy-based phase 3 trial that showed a significant survival advantage in patients with chemorefractory metastatic or advanced stage colorectal cancer that are not MSI-H and not mismatch repair deficient, which represents 95% of cases. Zanzalintinib is a differentiated next-generation multi-tyrosine kinase inhibitor that targets the TAM kinases as well as MET and VEGF receptor. In preclinical studies, zanzalintinib has shown synergy when combined with immune checkpoint inhibitor. This has led to further exploring the regimen in early phase clinical trials. We have explored and conducted early phase clinical trials with an early generation multi-tyrosine kinase inhibitor called cabozantinib, which has an overlapping tyrosine kinase targets with zanzalintinib in combination with immune checkpoint inhibitor in a trial called the CAMILLA trial. And in that study, we've shown a promising and encouraging signal for the combination in chemorefractory colorectal cancer. Additionally, we have demonstrated in the phase 1 Stellar 001 study a meaningful benefit with the combination of zanzalintinib and atezolizumab versus zanzalintinib with survival benefit favoring the combination in this population. So this data has provided the needed ground to launch the phase 3 Stellar 303 study. The population that went on Stellar 303 trial were metastatic chemorefractory colorectal cancer patients that progressed or intolerant to at least 2 prior lines of chemotherapy with or without VEGF targeted therapy. The patients who were enrolled had tumors that are not MSI-H and not mismatch repair deficient. And patients were randomized 1-to-1 to receive either zanzalintinib once daily in combination with atezolizumab infusion once every 3 weeks versus regorafenib dose that the regulatory approved labeling. The trial has stratification factors, and that's based on geographic location, presence or absence of RAS mutations, and presence or absence of liver metastasis. And the trial has dual primary endpoint of overall survival in patients, overall survival in the intention to treat population, as well as overall survival in patients without liver metastasis. The results I presented are based on a planned overall survival in the intention to treat population. And I also presented interim analysis of overall survival in patients without liver metastasis. The study continues to final overall survival in patients without liver metastasis. As far as the efficacy results, Stellar 303 trial met its primary endpoint of overall survival in the intention to treat population. We have shown a significant survival advantage with the combination versus regorafenib with a stratified hazard ratio of 0.80, translating in a 20% reduction in the risk of death in patients receiving the combination with a p-value of 0.0045. The median overall survival was 10.9 months with the combination versus 9.4 months with regorafenib. We have shown an early separation of the Kaplan-Meier curve, favoring the combination that consistently favored the combination thereafter. The 24 months overall survival estimates were 20% in patients receiving the combination versus 10% in patients receiving regorafenib. As far as interim analysis of overall survival in patients without liver metastasis, we've shown a hazard ratio, a stratified hazard ratio of 0.79 with a median overall survival of 15.9 months in patients receiving the combination, as opposed to 12.8 months in patients receiving regorafenib. We have also looked at subgroup analysis and looking at also the forest plot from the study. We have seen consistent relative benefit seen with the combination as opposed to regorafenib in all key subgroups, including benefit seen regardless of presence or absence of liver metastasis, regardless of presence or absence of RAS mutations. And importantly, I would like to highlight that prior exposure to VEGF-targeted therapy did not diminish the benefit of the combination of atezolizumab and zanzalintinib, noting that 80% of the population that went on the trial had prior exposure to VEGF-targeted therapy, which represents the Western population and what we see in real-world practice. As far as the safety profile for the combination, most of the treatment-related adverse events were grade 1 to 3, and mostly were fatigue, hypertension, diarrhea, nausea, and loss of appetite. As far as the most common, as far as the grade 4 treatment-related adverse events, those were low, seen in 3% of patients treated with the combination, as opposed to 4% in patients treated with regorafenib. One important thing to note as far as the safety is that the all grade and grade 3 and above PPE, or hand-foot syndrome, which is a dose-limiting toxicity for the class of agents with VEGF tyrosine kinase inhibitor, were much lower in patients receiving the combination as opposed to patients receiving regorafenib. Overall, the safety, there were no new emerging safety signals, and the safety signal was consistent with the safety profile seen with similar VEGF tyrosine kinase inhibitor in combo with immune checkpoint inhibitors that are available in other disease types like renal cell carcinoma. So as key messages, I would like to say that metastatic colorectal cancer represents a major global health challenge, with 150,000 new cases expected annually in the United States alone, and a 5-year overall survival of 15 to 16%. The success of the STELLAR-303 trial with synergistic combinations combining targeted therapy zanzalintinib with immune checkpoint inhibitor is potentially changing this trajectory. We are now looking at analyzing further data from the STELLAR-303 study, specifically looking at the final analysis of overall survival in the subset of patients without liver metastasis. We're also looking at the next generation of trials that could be developed to capitalize on the results seen in STELLAR-303, potentially exploring the combination in earlier lines in patients with metastatic colorectal cancer, as well as potentially exploring it in earlier stages of the disease in neoadjuvant or adjuvant setting. Another venue that we could explore is combining new immune modulators that could be added to the doublet of zanzalintinib and atezolizumab. And a take-home message, I would like to say that STELLAR-303 results sends a clear message of progress and possibility. It opens the door for a new era of immunotherapy-based chemotherapy-free combinations in colorectal cancer patients that are not MSI-H and not mismatch repair deficient.